The heart arterial supply. We are having two major arteries here going towards the right side, right coronary artery, going towards the left side, left coronary artery. Both of them come from the ascending aorta and they are running in their respective coronary sulcus. If it is right coronary artery, it will run in the right coronary sulcus not only anteriorly but also posteriorly. And similarly, the left coronary artery will run in the left coronary sulcus not only anteriorly but also posteriorly. The continuation of left coronary artery is called circumflex artery, which will continue posteriorly in the left part of coronary sulcus. Now, as we are talking about the arterial supply to conduction system, if it is SA node, AV node, the proximal part of conduction system, branches are coming from right coronary artery. SA nodal artery, AV nodal artery are usually from right coronary artery. But if you talk about the distal part of conduction system, basically the AV bundle of His bundle branches. If you talk about AV bundle of His bundle branches, then they are having supply from left coronary artery chiefly, though there is overlap of the territories as such. Now, we are going to draw the diagram of the heart from the front view and we will be talking about these arteries in more detail. So, as we look at the front view of the heart, we are drawing a simple diagram here, not going into the details of the borders as such. You'll find there is a vessel which is called as the ascending aorta, and it is the ascending aorta which was giving us the two branches, right coronary, left coronary artery. So, as you are following the right coronary artery here, right coronary artery will run in the right coronary sulcus. This is the right coronary artery which is running in the right coronary sulcus, not only anteriorly but also posteriorly. So, you can trace it posteriorly also. As you will see, it is running now posteriorly in the right coronary sulcus. So, here what we are telling is front view of the heart we are showing, but we have made the heart transparent so that we can follow the right coronary artery in the right coronary sulcus not only anteriorly but also posteriorly. Now, as you say, ascending aorta has given the right coronary artery which was running in the right coronary sulcus. It will be giving some branches, and one of the branch it give is the SA nodal artery. So, SA nodal artery is most of the time, most of the population given by right coronary artery, and then it will be giving one branch here which is called as the acute marginal artery. It is called as acute marginal artery because it is running on the margin and given at acute angle. Acute angle means less than 90-degree angle. So, what are the two branches of right coronary artery on the anterior side? The two branches of right coronary artery on the anterior side are the SA nodal artery and the acute marginal artery, called acute because given at less than 90-degree angle. Then it will be following the right coronary sulcus posteriorly, and when it goes posteriorly, it will give two branches. So, two anterior branches and two posterior branches. What are the two posterior branches? Posteriorly, it will be giving one artery which is running downward like this, and one artery which is running upward like this. So, the one which run upward is the AV nodal artery. It will supply the AV node, and the one which is coming down is the PIVA in the PIVG supplying the PIVS. What is that? The right coronary artery you are following in the right coronary sulcus posteriorly. As you follow the right coronary artery in the right coronary sulcus posteriorly, it will give two branches, one upward, one downward. And what is the upward? AV nodal artery. So, maybe it is SA nodal artery or AV nodal artery, both are usually coming from the right coronary artery in most of the population, though there can be variations. And what is this artery going down? That is the posterior interventricular artery in the posterior interventricular groove supplying the posterior interventricular septum. Posterior interventricular artery in the posterior interventricular groove in the posterior supplying posterior interventricular septum. How much of septum it supplying? It is supplying posterior 1/3 of posterior interventricular septum. So, the PIVA basically. Yes, posterior interventricular artery. Now, once you have mentioned this, let us focus upon the left coronary artery also. So, as we are talking about left coronary artery is also a branch of the ascending aorta. This is left coronary artery which is also a branch of the ascending aorta. It will give two branches. As it is giving two branches, you will see here one is descending down towards the cardiac apex and one is going around the heart. So, if you are mentioning that this is the left coronary artery given by ascending aorta again, if this is the left coronary artery given by ascending aorta again, then it is giving two branches. What are the two branches? One descending down and one going around. The one which descends down is going to cardiac apex, and you can call it as the AIVA in the AIVG supplying AIVS. What is that? anterior interventricular artery in the anterior interventricular groove supplying anterior interventricular septum. And how much of anterior interventricular septum? Anterior 2/3 of interventricular septum, because posterior 1/3 you already have supplied. So we are telling this is left coronary artery coming from the ascending aorta, giving two branches. One of the branch is called as anterior interventricular artery because it is on the interventricular septum. It is supplying the anterior 2/3 of interventricular septum, and posterior 1/3 is already supplied by posterior interventricular artery. Now remember, this anterior interventricular artery will go around and will be anastomosing with posterior interventricular artery. So it will go around and it will be synapsing with the posterior interventricular artery. What is between the two? What will be between the two? Between the two will be interventricular septum. So they are running anteriorly and posteriorly on the interventricular septum. So as you can understand, when you are talking about anterior interventricular artery, branch of left coronary artery, it was running on anterior interventricular groove. It was on this septum, the septum which separates left ventricle from right ventricle, left ventricle from right ventricle. This is a septum. On this septum, anteriorly you have AIVA in the AIVG, posteriorly you have PIVA in the PIVG. Means posterior interventricular artery in posterior interventricular groove supply posterior 1/3 of interventricular septum. You can show that. So you are telling that this posterior 1/3, of the interventricular septum will be supplied by PIVA, yes, which is in the PIVG, yes. And then you are telling that this anterior 2/3 of the interventricular septum, anterior 2/3 of interventricular septum will be supplied by AIVA. Yes, that is the point here, because both of them are running anteriorly and posteriorly on the septum. Okay, fine. So anterior 2/3 supplied by AIVA and posterior 1/3 supplied by PIVA, and the anastomose also, if one of them is having block, the other may be taking care of the area. Yeah, it can happen, though this anastomosis may not be very sufficient, but it is a collateral circulation type of situation. Okay, fine. So what is the other name of this artery? Other name of this artery is LAD. It is also called LAD or the left anterior descending. The name is according to, so AIVA or LAD, it is the same. So you are mentioning that this is the anterior interventricular artery, which is also called as left anterior descending artery. Yes, anterior interventricular artery or left anterior descending artery is the same artery here. Now, once you have talked about this anastomosis, what about this anastomosis, right coronary and left coronary? The left coronary artery will continue as circumflex artery. And as you follow the circumflex artery now, so circumflex artery is continuation of left coronary artery. As you follow it, it will go posterior, running in the left coronary sulcus, and it will be anastomosing with the right coronary artery in the right coronary sulcus posteriorly. So this is the circumflex artery running in the left coronary sulcus, yes, anteriorly as well as posteriorly. As you can see, this is the continuation of left coronary artery, which is called as circumflex artery, running in the coronary sulcus, left coronary sulcus, not only anteriorly but also posteriorly. Not only anteriorly but also posteriorly, and as it goes posteriorly in the left coronary sulcus, it will be meeting with the right coronary artery, which was already running in the right coronary sulcus, and the anastomose. They can also be having a collateral circulation kind of thing, but usually it is not very functional in case of emergencies, because this artery has to supply so much in the right side, not left with much blood to support the other artery. Similarly, the left circumflex artery, it has supplied so much blood in the left area, doesn't have enough blood to take care of the blood required for the right coronary artery if there was a block in the right coronary artery. So as you are talking about circumflex artery running anterior and also posterior, it was anastomosing there. Sometime it may happen that it is a circumflex artery which is giving this PIVA. It is a variation. So normally PIVA is a branch of the right coronary artery. PIVA is normally a branch of right coronary artery, but in some cases it is circumflex artery which can give PIVA. What is that called? See, in 75% of people there is a right cardiac dominance, and when you say there is a right cardiac dominance, it means that the PIVA was given by right coronary artery. So it is the PIVA which determines the dominance. If PIVA is given by right coronary artery, you will say right cardiac dominance, and if the PIVA was given by left coronary artery? It is happening only in 10% people that PIVA actually came from left coronary artery, and that will be called as the left cardiac dominance. So as we talk about the dominance, we are telling it is this PIVA which determines the dominance. Most of the people PIVA come from right coronary artery, and that is why most of the people will have right cardiac dominance. As we said, right coronary artery giving PIVA, so it is the right cardiac dominance in 75% people. But then I mentioned this PIVA may be coming from the circumflex artery. It is a circumflex artery which might give PIVA. If the circumflex artery was giving PIVA, it is left cardiac dominance. So that will be happening in 10% people, where we will have the left coronary artery giving PIVA. And what about the remaining 25% people? What about the remaining 25% people? The remaining 25% people will have codominance. Now, what is that codominance? Codominance means you will have multiple PIVA. When you have multiple PIVA, you are having one from the right side and one from the left side. So it can happen, and that is happening actually in 25% of people having codominance. So how do you define the codominance as? As we are mentioning that if we are having 25% people with codominance, it means we have multiple PIVA. Right coronary artery giving one PIVA, left coronary artery giving one PIVA, and that happens in 25% people. That means not only you had one PIVA coming from right coronary artery, but you had another PIVA coming from the left coronary artery, and that is multiple PIVA or codominance seen in 25% people. Now, once you have talked about that, what will happen in triple vessel disease? In triple vessel disease, the three arteries are compromised, and most commonly which one? LAD. LAD is number one to go. So when you talk about triple vessel disease, triple vessel, so number one, LAD. 50% of the patients will have block in the LAD. Now you are telling triple vessel disease, 50% patients will have block in the LAD, which is next to get involved. Next to get involved is right coronary artery. So right coronary artery in how much population? 30%, and which is the third to get involved. So when you talk about atherosclerosis or blockage in the arteries, LAD means this artery, number one, is the one which is commonly involved, and number two we are telling right coronary artery. So this is number two now, that is right coronary artery, it can be involved. And number three, of course, number three is circumflex artery, number three, and it can be seen on circumflex artery, can be seen only some 10 to 15% cases. So as you are mentioning that circumflex artery is 15%, there can be other arteries also involved. Yeah, then the branches can be involved. Now, once you have talked about this triple vessel disease and having all the three involved, then there'll be a problem. You will have to go for cardiac bypass surgery. So what will happen if LAD is blocked? How much of the conduction system will be involved? See, the SA nodal, AV nodal arteries are given by right coronary. If right coronary is blocked, you may have problem of proximal part of conduction system. But then this artery gives the supply to distal part of conduction system. So bundle branch blocks may be there. So if right coronary artery is blocked, you may have SA nodal, AV nodal ischemia, proximal part of conduction system. But if the LAD is blocked, or AIVA, the other name, is blocked, then you will have problem with the distal part of conduction system, means bundle of His and bundle branches can be involved. So that you have to remember. Also, you have to remember that the left coronary artery, when it gives circumflex artery and this AIVA artery, they keep giving other branches also. You should know some names. So what are the names of the arteries which will be given by the circumflex artery or AIVA? AIVA can give you the branches like I'll mention here, diagonal artery, and the circumflex giving what is called as obtuse marginal artery. So what is this diagonal artery and obtuse marginal artery? Diagonal artery running diagonally. Only thing which you have to remember is diagonal artery is a branch of anterior interventricular artery, and it is going to supply the left ventricle, not the right ventricle. It will supply the left ventricle, not the right ventricle. Why? Right ventricle, it already has its branches of right coronary artery. Why should it need any such branch? Because you have to remember the AIVA was not only supplying the left ventricle, partly it was also supplying right ventricle because it is at the junction. So if a question comes AIVA supply the right ventricle or diagonal artery supply the right ventricle? You say diagonal artery cannot supply right ventricle because it is going here, it will supply left ventricle. But AIVA can definitely supply right ventricle because this is right ventricle, it is nearby, so it can supply. So AIVA does supply right ventricle but not the diagonal artery. And what is this artery, obtuse marginal artery? Why would you say obtuse marginal artery? Obtuse marginal artery because it is given at more than 90-degree angle. So it is given at more than 90-degree angle, that is why obtuse marginal artery. And obtuse marginal artery is a branch of circumflex artery, and acute marginal artery was branch of, it is right coronary artery. Right coronary artery gave acute marginal artery which is given at less than 90-degree angle, and that circumflex artery gave obtuse marginal artery which is given at more than 90-degree angle. So there are some questions which you can deal with only if you had this kind of information. And now you can revise the details. It is ascending aorta which will be giving right coronary artery and also left coronary artery. When the ascending aorta gave the right coronary artery, it was running in the right coronary sulcus in the AV groove right side, and it was giving acetylcholine artery anteriorly, and it was giving this acute marginal artery anteriorly. After that, it was going in the right coronary sulcus posteriorly. As it goes posteriorly, it will give two branches, one ascending, one descending. The one which is ascending is called as AV nodal artery, and it will supply the AV node, and the other one is PIVA, posterior interventricular artery, in the posterior interventricular groove, supplying posterior 1/3 of interventricular septum. Now that right coronary artery will continue further to anastomose with the left coronary artery. Now left coronary artery itself came from ascending aorta, and it was giving two branches. One of them going down, descending down to the cardiac apex, and the other one going around. So the one which descend down is called as the anterior interventricular artery, also called as the LED, left anterior descending artery. And it is not only supplying the left ventricle, it also supplies right ventricle because it is near to that. And it is the one which was giving us the diagonal artery. We told diagonal artery, and diagonal artery is obviously supplying left ventricle. It cannot supply the right ventricle because it is far away from the right ventricle. Maybe anterior ventricular supply the right ventricle, but the diagonal artery cannot supply right ventricle because it is on the left ventricle, it is supplying left ventricle. Then you are seeing this left marginal artery. Who gave this left marginal artery? Left marginal artery is the obtuse marginal artery, and it was given by circumflex artery, the other branch of left coronary artery. So left coronary artery continue as circumflex artery, and circumflex artery will give this left marginal or obtuse marginal artery, and then it will go posteriorly, run in the left coronary sulcus, and running in the left coronary sulcus anteriorly as well posteriorly, will be anastomosing with the right coronary artery in the coronary sulcus posteriorly. You also see that this anterior interventricular artery which was supplying anterior 2/3 of interventricular septum will be anastomosing with PIVA. So AIVA is anastomosing with PIVA, and PIVA was running in the PIVG, supplying the posterior 1/3 of PIVS. Posterior interventricular artery, branch of the right coronary artery usually, if you have right cardiac dominance. In right cardiac dominance, PIVA is usually a branch of the right coronary artery. The PIVA was running in the PIVG, supplying the PIVS, posterior 1/3, anastomosing with AIVA. This AIVA is a branch of the left coronary artery, running in the anterior interventricular groove and supplying anterior 2/3 of interventricular septum. And we also mentioned that sometime PIVA may be coming from the circumflex artery, branch of left coronary artery, and if PIVA came from circumflex artery, branch of the left coronary artery, then you will call it as left cardiac dominance. But it may also happen that one PIVA was already given by the right coronary artery, another PIVA was given by the left coronary artery branch circumflex artery, then you will have codominance, multiple PIVA and codominance seen in 25% of population.